All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. This is going to be a very interesting week. And personally, it's one of those weeks where I like to be risk off because we do have, the biggest companies reporting earnings. And we also have a lot of economic data, so we'll get into that right now. Starting off on Monday, Monday's probably going to be the most chill day with like not the biggest names reporting. We have Waste Management, which is a big one. Tilray, not as big. I'd say those would be like the two main ones we have on Monday and like some banks. But Tuesday it starts getting into, Visa, Starbucks, SoFi, PayPal, BA, Spotify, UPS. Who else do we have? Those are all pretty big names and UNH also. So we'll keep an eye on those. We'll see how those react. And overall, we can look for post earnings setups. So I wouldn't trade them before. I trade them after the report. Before open on Wednesday, Etsy. After we have, okay, so Wednesday's a big day. Meta, Microsoft. Why I like being risk off is because sometimes there's like a lot of indecision and we don't know which move we're gonna get, right? And therefore the contracts will get more expensive. And since we don't know which way it's going, the market can be undecisive. So I think Monday may be a decent day to trade. What else do we have? We have Hood on Wednesday, Carvana, QCOM, Ford. So a lot of big names, right? Even Hershey. What else do we got? We got CVS Thursday, Roblox Thursday, ABBV, MasterCard, and then Apple and Amazon. These are the big ones. Coinbase and MSTR, those are pretty big as well. Riot, Cloudflare. I don't really care about Roku too much. And then Friday we got ExxonMobil and Chevron, Moderna. So stacked week full of earnings. There's going to be post earnings opportunity, so that I will be interested in. Outside of that, Monday not much news. Tuesday we do have 7 a.m. consumer confidence news, and that's important. We want to be careful with that. Wednesday we have crude oil inventories, and we have oh shit, we got FOMC on Wednesday. Okay, I literally just saw that. So not only do we have earnings, but we got FOMC this week. Like that's just there's confluence for a good setup. There's also confluence for when to be risk off. And that's it right there. Earnings, all this news coming up, FOMC, like just be risk off this week, guys. Um Thursday we got PMI. That's big too. 7 a.m. news. Initial jobless claims before 5:30 a.m. And we got that. Oh, not 7 a.m. 6:45 a.m. news. Pacific Standard. And then Friday we have non-farm payrolls, first Friday of every month, which it's already going to be August 1st, and it's going to be the first Friday. So keep an eye on all of that. That's everything you should be very aware of. And we also have PMI on Friday. So 7 a.m. news Friday plus non-farm payrolls. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Okay. So keep an eye on that. Now, going into individual names, we've got we'll cover a game plan. Like I said, this is all going to change throughout the week this week because it is earnings week. And I'll just give you guys the levels that I would really watch. I'd watch this new all-time high on SPY, 637.5. Definitely keep an eye on it. If we break and hold above that, we could get a move higher. 6,400's really been holding on ES. So as long as we stay above that structure, I'm going to remain bullish. But like I said, a retest of these recent highs, which correlates to this area, or a 635, 636 bounce for SPY. If we can hold that, I will be interested in a bounce back to the upside. If we get back below that, then we're targeting 635 and lower, right? Things get very weak, we'll probably retest this zone. That's if we get weak and break below 633.5. As of right now, I'm looking for the bounces and see if this uptrend continues. Qs. Very simple as well. We just broke the all-time high, which was 566, right? That was the all-time high for a whole week straight. And we just broke it on Friday. We retested it and we're holding it. So we get any other retest of 566, I'm very interested in a bounce back into the new all-time high, 567.6. If we break that, we got room higher. Where to? I don't know, but on NQ, we do have room to 23,500. So I'd have to correlate QQQ to NQ to know where my next target's at, right? I'm gonna assume 570. 570 is a good psychological, but I will be looking at NQ to really tell me where that next target will be. If we get weak, Below 566, that is where we have room to 565, 564, the next zone. We're going to move from zone to zone, and that is the next zone, 564. So just in case we get weak, keep an eye on that. Individual names, like I said, I don't care too much for a name that has earnings this week. It's going to be more expensive. So Apple, I won't trade. Meta, I won't trade. Contracts will be more expensive. Microsoft has earnings this week too. I will not trade. Um, Amazon has earnings this week also. I will not trade it. Google already reported, so maybe we could take a look at something like that. I don't see a setup on it yet, but we can keep an eye on it. Nvidia doesn't report this week, so we could do something here. Nvidia, I just want to see a clean break and hold above those highs or a hold of this demand, really. Do we continue to hold this demand on 173? If so, we can push back to 175. If not, we push to 171. So mainly just watching this demand zone here, 173, Friday's lows, and it's also Monday's highs. So keep a very close eye on that, right? Keep a very, very close eye on that. It's a very significant level. AMD also doesn't report earnings and it has been very strong. This is a very interesting name. If we break this key level of resistance here, which it looks like we're almost there, if we break above 167.4.5 area, we've got room to 168. We can use 170 psychological, and then pretty much like these highs up here. 172, 174, that's the next major zone here. So if things get very strong, just continue to watch a break and hold above 167.3. And as long as it holds that, we got room in 170, 172. So that's what I will watch. If AMD gets weak, probably below 163 or 162 is where I will look for downside, but it's not a name that you probably want to short yet. It's very strong. It's very, very strong. So Nvidia and AMD look good. Favorite individual name is probably going to be one of those two. And then Tesla also doesn't look bad. Tesla is independent and it is getting bought up from this 300 zone on that third touch of this bottom trend line. Essentially, what Tesla did on Friday was just fill the gap. It had bad earnings, or had good earnings actually, but they still made a bearish move. And then they got bought right back up, starting to fill the gap. Key level here is this 322.5 to 323. If we can break and hold above that, I do see us pushing back into 329, 330, right? 329, 331 area, and then above that, 336, 338. That is if we continue to show strength. So that's going to be Tesla. And overall, guys, that's as simple as I want to keep it. PLTR, probably look for a 156 bounce. We caught this on Friday for over 100 and for over 100%. This was an amazing setup. It is very strong. So I'll continue to watch it, maybe a bounce at 156 or around the general area. Starbucks reports earnings, and so do a lot of those names. For me personally, guys, like I said, it's risk off. I do like individual names if they present opportunity. Until then, I'm probably gonna I need like one more day for a payout on my futures account. Probably just do that, get paid out, and then keep it light this week on earnings. Next week, probably trade more size once the post earnings setups present themselves. And yeah, guys, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for watching. If you do want to watch me live trade Monday through Friday every single day, I'll put the link in the description. Other than that, I hope you guys have been learning and trade safe. You guys have a great week, okay? Peace.